What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Salt. In this episode, we're probably going to continue exploring. I've already flagged this island, but I haven't explored it yet, so let's have a look around. We're still looking for crafting booklets. That's really all that there is to it. We're looking for boss mobs, we're looking for crafting booklets, and we're looking for anything that's going to help us advance our gameplay to the next level. As of right now, we haven't had a whole lot of luck finding any of those things, but I'm hoping that that's going to pan out a little bit better for us in the future. Maybe we'll find something else. Maybe I should like swoop around the edges of this island first to make sure that I haven't planted a flag here already. I would hate to have to flag this place twice. It would be a waste of my flags. My flagging capabilities would be massively overused were I to do such a thing. Such a thing, as it were. Now, we do need to eat some food in the next little bit. I think it's probably somewhere around like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. I couldn't really tell you what time it is. There's no watches or any other things in the game, but the sun... I don't know if the sun came up that way or if the sun came up that way. If it came up from behind me, it's in the afternoon. If it came up over there, then it's morning. And so that's going to be east, and we can use that to plot things out, or it'll be west if we're closer to the end of the day. That's really the bearing that I should be using, is I should be taking advantage of the sun, but I'm a knob like that, so, you know, with the boys. I shot it in the butthole and it died instantly. If something shot me in the butthole, I'd hope that I'd die instantly, too. That just seems like the kind of thing that you wouldn't want to live through. Like, well, I survived it. You know, there was some severe rectal scarring, but much beyond that. I'm like, nah, just kill me outright. It's all good. If you took all that time to shoot me in the rectum with an arrow, I think that I'll just check out right about now. I haven't been that impressed with what I've seen anyways, so yeah, I could move on to what's next. I could move on to what's next happily, and I'd be alright with it. Wouldn't be too worried about the well, I thought I saw a campfire for a second. I guess not. Getting paranoid. I'm getting all paranoid. Now, I do want to go to that big island over there, but we'll go to this one first. Boaty, bring yourself forth. I've already forgotten what I named my boat. I have the worst memory ever, and it also doesn't help that I record these series over the course of like weeks. And so frankly, there could be any amount of days in between the last time I like recorded this game. So sometimes I come back, for example, with Alien Isolation. It was the worst, because Alien Isolation I recorded like 30 episodes in one sitting. Not one sitting. I recorded like 30 episodes over the course of like a week. And then I came back like a month and a half later, and I just had no idea what I was doing anymore. It turned out okay, though. We actually didn't die that much. It was great. I think we died once, and then I just kind of remembered everything, and it was okay. Now, I think I left a flag. I'm not sure. There's a flag on that island. There's a flag on that island because I could see it. If you look, there's like a little tiny line of pixels right where the dot just passed by. It's right there. But I don't know if I hit this island, and I don't know if I hit... I mean, this is actually kind of a major cluster right here. So I think what I'll do is let's circle around the side of the island, and we'll come back. And I'll just keep an eye out for a flag while we go around, because that is part of the navigational process in this game. The other possibilities, we have already been here. I just haven't flagged it yet. Can I put a flag on my boat? No. Can I put flags in the water and we can make like a raceway? No, I can't do that either. Fine then, I didn't want to have fun. It's still putting flags down all over the place. Flag, I put you away. I think I bugged the game out. Alright, well, no good. It's helping right now with rotation. There we go. Let me turn the boat slightly. No! Turn! Oh my god, this is all becoming so chaotic and confusing. You can do this. Don't hit the side of the island. There we go. And so it'll correct itself now. I think it's actually evening, which would give us a pretty good indicator that that's west over there. Now, what is on that island? What are those logs? What are those? I think we've done a fairly good rotation of this island, so this may be where we spend the night. Hold on, go. Stop correcting yourself. There we are. You were right the first... Oh, no, we did get this island. There it is right there. I just put the flag on the wrong side, so that's my fault, basically, for bad flagging. I have flagged poorly. I had one job to do, and I did it badly. But then again, that brings up the old Calvin and Hobbes rule. If you do something badly enough the first time somebody asks you to do it, they'll never ask you to do anything again. Like, all right, and I am a strong purveyor of the Calvin and Hobbes. Bill Watterson is one of my favorites. He's one of those guys that's like intensely private, so it's hard to get interviews or anything else with him. But every now and again he does one, and he just seems like one of those really nice people that just like things sort of work out for. You know, like through hard work, perseverance, and whatnot. I'm just gonna... Goodbye, boat. I will see you on the other side. Off it goes. Off, and away. I think I'll probably throw a flag right here real fast. There we go. So the flag has been placed. We are going to need to track down a bit more cloth while we're here, but I think I can make some if we're running out. We've only got a couple minutes of daylight left anyways, so we're probably not going to be able to scavenge this island too heavily before nighttime gets here. Haven't found a lot of moonstone. I don't know if the spawn is a constant, so you always get the same amount of moonstone on every map, or what's been going on, but I definitely haven't had any luck finding it. It's like the red coins to me. The proverbial red coins anyways. Or that final star that was in the level. God, that was always the worst, trying to find that last star. It was the star in Mario 64 that you could only get after you had unlocked every other star in the level, and after you had gotten a power from like 2 levels forward. It was just like, ugh. I always hated looking for that star. I did max that game out, and I did it without a guide too. That was back in the day for me. That was when I was in like 8th grade. I sat down one summer and I got every single star in Mario 64. No guide. It was pretty wild. It was a long summer. I had a friend that worked on it with me, though. He was playing along. He had his own copy, and we were both kind of competing to see who could get them all first. He beat me by 1 day. There was 1 star left that I had to get, and he beat me by 1 day, unfortunately. It was the race for the ages. We used to do stuff like that when we were kids because we liked fun and enjoyment. Now that I'm an old man, I don't do anything for fun anymore. Everything is business. I'm going to put down a campfire over here so that we can sleep through the darkest part of night. Not to, I know somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do the Green Lantern quote. Nope, I'm not gonna do the Green Lantern quote. You can't make me. I do like Green Lantern, but it's a series that I've never gotten around to just reading through. Like, I picked up Darkest Night, and I picked up a bunch of the graphic novels for it, and I never got around to reading them. They just kind of, like, sat. Let's go ahead. They're still in my bookcase right now. I don't have a lot of time for reading anymore. Not as much as I would like anyways. It's kind of limited to those times when I'm relegated to the toilet, essentially, and maybe every now and again while something's rendering, I'll sit down and read a chapter. Right now I'm reading Under the Loving Care of the Dear and Fatherly Leader or something like that. It's a book about North Korea. I read a lot of books about North Korea. I'm sort of obsessed with North Korea. I don't know. It's a weird obsession. I know. It's not that I, like, worship them or anything like that. It's just that, like, I find the place to be fascinating. The hell is that? You see that dot right there? What is that? That's odd. I wonder if that's like a... Is that my boat? Wait, hold on. Yeah, I think that might be my boat. Maybe. I was gonna say, that seemed kind of weird on the horizon. Let me go ahead and we'll pop a squat here and we'll crash out for the night with our last campfire. So there it is, the final campfire. I usually just rest for like 12 hours and that seems to do it. You can only rest twice from any one fireplace, and so it's a little bit risky to do anything less than 12 because then you gotta rest multiple times, then it despawns your fireplace, and your fireplace can be a reasonably decent signal for having been at a location too. Let's go inland and see what we can find here. I don't think this is gonna be like a chock-a-block combat-filled choppy stabby episode. Let me eat some more food here real fast too. Awesome. We'll eat another pristine deer meat, get our max health up a little bit. Yep. I do need to be on the lookout since I just used all my plant fibers. I need to be on the lookout for any other plants that might possibly... How long does it take you to eat that steak, man? It's still just gurgling and throwing it down your gullet, I see. Just... I hate the sound of eating in video games. I think I brought that up before. But I don't know why they make... Every video game does this, where the eating sound that they use is just the most awful, offensive, like, open-mouth, slurping nastiness. Was just like, dude... For real. Please don't eat like that. Please stop. If you keep eating like that, it's going to make me sad. It's going to make me sad. Alright, so having planted a flag on this island already, somewhere over... Wait, did I plant a flag on this island? I probably did. I don't see it as being possible that I would not plant a flag on this island. I mean, I could plant a second one just for safekeeping. Just in case. On some of the bigger islands, that actually seems like a decent idea to throw one on each side so I don't have to do a full rotation while scanning around. We can assume that that's east for right now. And what are our headings looking like at the moment? Yeah, our campfire's over there. Actually, did I flag this island? It doesn't look like I did. I thought that I did, but I guess that I might be wrong. There's also a rock node over there, so I'll go deal with that in just a second. I've been debating getting into Darkfall. Like, really debating it. And it's funny because there's two groups of people in the world. There are people that are like, you should totally do it. And then there's the opposite group of people that immediately put on the brakes the second they hear anything about Darkfall, and they're like, yeah, don't do that. And it's sort of funny being in between two groups right now, pulled in opposite directions. You go ahead and throw down a flag over here somewhere. Hey. Did it take off the hotkey because I had run out? I think it did. Take that off of 5. Where are my flags at? There they are. Alright, so we'll drop you right there, just in case I did forget. Let me summon back a boat here. And I do like that I'm able to be more formulaic at this point by using flags, but still, I want to find that giant boat. I don't know where I should be looking for it, but I do want to find it. Sextant says that we're back at the origin, which is great, because we've already been over here. I'll plant a flag. I think basically I've been hitting all the islands that I was already on, and I'm just flagging them all around at this point, just kind of making myself more navigationally competent. Looks like I left a bunch of logs up in it over there. Up onto shore we go. I think I'll probably plant a flag right about here to denote that I have been here. Kind of on a high point, I guess. There we go. And let's be careful. I don't see any pirates or any campfires, so I think this is probably just going to be like a trade resource island for us. Hopefully we can get our hands on some ironite. I haven't seen a single ironite drop yet. The weirdest thing on earth. I don't know if you need like specific veins for the ironite or if it's just like a really, really rare drop. But I ain't seen it yet, that's for sure. I haven't seen anything. I fall back into my old habits of like, people don't know this, but in real life I speak with a lot of slang and I have kind of like a slur and whatever. Not like a, I don't know, like not like a slur like I'm drunk or whatever, but I just don't enunciate quite as well. And that's like my radio training from back in the day when I was on the radio. When I'm on my broadcast, I try to like enunciate as best as I can, and I overemphasize words and things like that to make sure that everybody can grab onto what I'm saying. However, oh good, a rich vein. That's nice. Let's go ahead and handle that then. But in real life, I'm just kind of like murmur, 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 murmur. Just like basically anybody else that has like a regional dialect. And in Northern California, especially in the Bay Area, believe me, we have one. A very, very just kind of ratty, dirty. Well, I don't even know if you could say that about it, but it's just very much kind of like what you would find in any other sort of urban location. Like there's a very specific set of linguistics that go with it. That definitely, if you're from like Southern California, for example, if you're from LA and you come up to the Bay Area, I'll probably have you pegged in about 5 seconds. I'll be like, oh, you're from SoCal. Just because they say things too. Like they use words like dank that we just don't use up here. Like dank is not a word that ever gets used in Northern California. It's usually dank that gives them away. It's usually dank. What is that? A magnetic stone? Oh, good. Okay, so we've got the first piece that we need in order to make a compass. So that's good. That'll help us out as well. So then we'll be able to get a heading, even though I think the sun is a fairly competent way for us to get a hold of whatever we want. I'm gonna grab. Oh, I stepped on. I was like, what was that? I stepped on a spiny plant. I was like, what just hit me? I thought I was being sneak attacked. I was getting stabbed from behind. I mean, people from the Bay, we'll give ourselves away in about 4 seconds because we'll say hella. Like within the first couple sentences, we'll say hella. I mean, it happens. It's one of those words that we just can't do without around here. I don't use it when I'm on like job interviews or whatever, but the second you hire me, I'm like dancing around the building like hella, hella, hella. I'm hella hired. I'm hella working for this company. I'm gonna go over here and hella do some paperwork. It takes about 5 seconds. The second you hire me though, I'm like, well, there goes that. I don't need to talk nice anymore. Let's grab, I want these white flowers. I do. I very sincerely want these white flowers. Did I leave a vein over there? I am such a bad exploring adventurer. I am terrible at my job. I am just the worst. I think we'll probably, I'm going to try and be formulaic about this whole thing. What is that over there? Is that my flag? Okay, that's my flag. Just wanted to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. I think that hopping around here is probably the best way to do this. And I realize this may not be the most engaging viewing, but we need to find some missions or something. If we don't find something to work on, I think what I want to do is I just want to find the big boat. And if we fix the big boat, then I can call the series to a close in such a manner that I feel like we've actually accomplished something. But until I find the big boat, I told myself I was not going to quit this series until I built the big boat at the bare minimum. I suppose I could do a quick run around the coast of this island and make sure that I haven't been here, but it's okay. I'll do it from the inland side. Hey, climb out of the boat, man. When you got your slippery shoes on or something? Alright, there we go. Awesome. I don't have any slippery pairs of shoes. I used to have a slippery pair of the shoes because all the treads were gone off the bottom, so if I went like running in the rain or whatever, they were my running shoes. I wear out shoes really, really rapidly, especially the ones that I pick to be my designated running shoes. I wear them out in like 5 minutes. It takes me probably a couple months, but I'll burn out the bottoms to the point where the plastic and the rubber is completely flat. There's no tread anymore, and you just slide around. They're basically like ice skates at that point. Sans ice. This island looks pretty picked clean. There's a thorn vine over here, but I wouldn't use that as an indicator of the fact that I've been here. I needed like a periscope or something, or not a periscope. I needed a monocular or something. Yeah, we've been here. There's that right there. Okay, so let's go back then. Let me get a feel for where we're at on the grid. So we're at 1 west, 1 south, which means that coming here from the origin took us southwest almost directly. So the origin was back over there. That's east, which would indeed make that west, which would make that south, and would make that north. So at this point, we need to figure out where we want to go. I think I'm actually going to try and orient myself in the way that I am used to as a geologist, which is always towards north-northwest. That's how I orient myself. That's just what I do. And so let me jump back. Ooh, almost lost the boat there for a second. Let me spin this thing to the left. Come about hard on the port side. All hands on deck. 3 furls to the wind. All sheets, lads. Actually, I had a geology professor who's big into naval and maritime history. He's a big-time boat guy. He wrote a book about boating signals that have been lost since like the colonial age, and he also wrote a giant dictionary on snails because that's what he specializes in as a geologist. He specializes in ancient paleo snails, I suppose. Which, everybody's got to study something. I mean, we can't all study dinosaurs, which is basically what he said. He's a paleontologist, and so he's like, well, we can't all study dinosaurs. And so he did snails, and what else did he do? He did snails, he did like crustaceans. He does all kinds of small little critters that existed back in the olden days. Basically bottom feeders that hung out at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, I did leave a node back there. That's unfortunate, but I'm not really so interested in remedying that problem that I'm going to get out of the boat right now. It's kind of like being in the blankets on a cold morning. Once I'm in the boat, I'm in the boat. I don't know anybody with a boat until I started dating my current girlfriend. Her family, they're big boating people. And so I had to get used to like tying things and figuring out like how to moor a boat and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know. These are things that you do not ever learn to do when you are landlocked. I had a canoe and there was a lake near my house, and we would take out this little tin canoe and we would just kind of canoe around and throw out a line and go fishing with it. But that's about the extent of my naval experience. I know how to row in tandem with another human being there, which is actually not a skill to be scoffed at. You would be surprised how many people I took out on the canoe. It was a 4-man canoe. You take people out and they had no idea how to row. You'd be like, stop, no, row at the same time. No, row at the same time with the same strength as me. See, I would say that I'm going at like a 5 right now. And so match it and row at a 5. Not like a 10, because if you row harder than I do, we're only going to turn to the left for the remainder of our day. And honestly, we've gone in a circle like 6 times right now. You know what? Just give the oar to somebody else. Give the oar to, there we go. Hand the oar to him. It'll be fine. Alright, so this island right here. Let's do the quick skim around the edge to make sure that I've been here already. I don't see a lot of things laying about, and so I think that there is a very real possibility that we've already been here. Now, we may not have flagged this one because I just started flagging like in the previous episode because I didn't even realize that that was an option. I mean, I found the flags early on in the playthrough, but I just didn't put 2 and 2 together and figure out that I should probably be marking all the locations that I've been to. So I may be going backwards here slightly, but it'll be okay. There's got to be a cluster of islands around somewhere that we just haven't hit yet. Wow, that is a lot of whiteness on my screen. I am blind. Oh, a rich node. Okay. Well, if we have been here, we didn't grab everything. The rich node is a fairly prominent miss for us. That's something that you definitely want to get your mitts on while you're here. There's the ironite. So we've got 1 ironite now. So there it is. Can make ourselves some better tools if we can come across that. But at the moment, I think I'm going to hold off on it. Let me flag this island. I'm sorry, there we go. The 5 key was how I flagged. There we go. And so it's now been flagged. We know that we've been here. I'll probably drop a flag on the other side of the island too, just for good measure, because this island seems to be a little bit larger. We've got a deer hunt that we can participate in for a moment, so I think I'll probably do that. How many deer hides am I carrying right now? Because we really, really, really need to make a jerkin. Like, I would love to make some kind of chest guard. There it is, a deer hide tunic, but that would replace our pirate tunic, wouldn't it? Okay, I'd rather have our pirate tunic. Sailing, given that sailing uses up a huge amount of your time in this game, I feel like taking things that stack up your sailing time and make it, I'm sorry, they cut down your sailing time. Do you cut time? Time doesn't seem like, I don't think cutting time would be the most efficient way to split it. Unfortunately, I missed that shot. There it is. Where did that deer go? There he is. It's weird that there's no female deer in this game. I mean, in general, I think hunters try not to shoot does. Is that right? You don't shoot does because they have babies. You only shoot bucks or something like that. I don't know. Depends on the season, too, as I recall. Alright, so we put one into his ass right there. He's probably going to be walking funny for the next couple days, but it isn't going to kill him. We'll probably run him down in just a second once I find my arrow. There it is. I got my arrow all taken care of. Now that the arrow has been stocked back into my quiver. There we are. A little bit more. It's something. It's something. I'm going to cut through the center of the island. We'll go back, and once we get to the other side, what we'll try and do is we'll plant a flag over there, then we'll take the boat. We'll probably jump over to those two islands and see what happens. Got a little bit of time left in the episode, like 8 minutes, I think, given the last time I looked at my timer. So, we've still got stuff to do. Unfortunately, this has not been a combat-heavy episode. It's mostly just been me walking around, not really accomplishing much, and I do think that this series would benefit from some sort of system where I play in between episodes and just find something interesting, but when I do that, I find that I burn out a lot quicker, so... You know, it is what it is. I think this looks like a reasonable spot for me to plot in another... Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll dig in another flag over here. I'd like it to be on slightly higher ground, but I feel like we've been to this island already. I'm not seeing a whole lot of treasures or loot or anything else laying around, so we'll break out the 5 key right here, and we'll drop a flag right there. And then maybe we'll hit these 2 islands over here, and that'll be the final thing that we do for this episode. Getting my batch recording on today, so I've been playing for a while. I don't want to burn out my voice too badly. Jump in there. And off we go for more adventures. 2 flags on that island. 2 flags on that island. And while we sail, I see no problem. And maybe... I got 2 magnetic stones? Wow. Okay. I'll probably craft a couple more flags while we're on our way over there, because frankly, we've got plenty of stuff anyways. If we find our way to the big boat, though, it does take a lot of cloth to get that thing back up and running, and so that'll basically set the tenor of the next couple parts of our game where we run along and we're going to have to find some of the things that we need in order... There it is! We've got it. Okay, so there's the big boat. And so whatever it's at, we need to make sure that we mark this location. So let's go ahead and we're going to get a sextant bearing once we come over here. We want to be careful on approach. It's not going to shoot at us or anything. But sometimes it's in various locations, and this time actually it looks like it's in a good location. It's in the middle of this big bay over here, and I think that works out in my favor. I definitely think that works out in my favor. I may try to overflag all the islands once I've cleared them too in my free time, but yeah, I'm excited about this now. Let me eat some food real fast. Got a couple of rubies, got a moon rock. Alright, eat some deer meat before we go in here. Now, this usually means that there's a big pirate island nearby. Whenever you see this ship, there's typically a big pirate island nearby that you're going to have to fight for, and it's going to be an easy indicator that there's a boss. I've never seen the big boat spawn where there wasn't a boss nearby. All of these islands are actually fairly suspect, but what this does is it gives us a navigable location where we can now hit this entire circle, so we'll probably start and just go around in a circle like that and get all those islands right there, flag the hell out of all of them. So there's our pirate island. Yep, that's our pirate island right there. That's going to be the one that has like bosses and all kinds of other stuff on it. But let's put down the sail right now, and hopefully we'll just sort of drift in. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. Typically there's a treasure chest on it as well. Okay, so now we're on top of the big boat. We're out of our dinghy. That is no longer good enough for us. This over here, so what do we have to do to fix this thing? We can't raise the mast. It's a little bit dark inside, but... Got a treasure chest with pristine deer pelts. We've got some hardstone arrows. That's good. We've got some logs and hardwood. Okay. This also makes a good storage spot where we can leave our stuff. That's the other reason you want this boat, is so that after you fix it... So the wheel's right there. What do we have to do to fix this thing? So we need 8 cloth, 10 plant fibers. Repairing this boat will take us quite a bit. I know I've got the wood, so the wood's fine. The cloth we should be okay on. A little bit shallow. In fact, it looks like it's going to be the plant fibers, although I did pick up a lot of bamboo, so we may be able to make that up. Let's... Hold on. Let's go ahead and we'll use that. I would love to get this fixed right now so I don't even have to worry about it. I won't sail it probably. I'll probably just park it somewhere, and then once I park it, we'll use it as, I mean, this thing is so large that you can use it as a landmark, and so it's obviously a pretty good idea to sometimes park this in the middle of an area and then go out with your dinghy and hit everything else like they would have in real life. just to make sure that you've got that central location. I mean, I think you can probably resummon it anyways, so I'm not that worried about it. So we have strong plant fibers now. Unfortunately, I don't think I need... Did I need strong or did I just need normal? Okay, so let me go back through what I have here. We need cloth swatches for sure. So we'll make a couple of those. It's got 9 cloth. Unfortunately, we need more cloth before we can finish this thing off. Unless I can make it out of the spider web, but I don't think that I can. So that puts us basically really, really close to repairing this thing already, but just off. I think we need... Oh no, we just need the plant fibers. Yeah. Yeah! Bang that drum! I can't resist. We need to take this out for a spin. We need to take this out for a spin right now. Oh, this is gonna be so legit. This is it. This is it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Goodbye, little terrible shitty boat. It's like, oh, it's all sad now. What's up, pirates? I stole your ride. Grand Theft Pirate. Oh my god, look at your faces right now. I stole your boat. This is your boat that I'm standing on. Look at you right now. Look at you. I'm just off into the distance. You're that guy chasing the dude down the street that stole his bike. That's you right now. Ah! Oh, man. How bad at pirating do you have to be to get an entire galleon stolen from you? Oh, man. You guys are the worst pirates ever. Can I beach this thing? Let's see if we can crash it. Ah! Bring it home to starboard! Can I summon it too? Oh, I can't summon it. No, don't do that then. Don't do that. No! Lower the sail. Lower the sail. There we go. So I don't think we can summon this one. It's looking like that's not an available option. If I had my own pirate ship, I would be so stoked. They had the pirate ships come through Sassoon or Benicia somewhere from Pirates of the Caribbean a while back, and I went and saw them. And you get to go. It's kind of ugly. It's not much to look at, but you know what? I'm not about looks. I'm about functionality. You know what I mean? You got to work with what you have. Can't get caught up on the fact that, like, you're not pretty enough. Whatever. Make do. Like, grow a personality then. It'll be all good. That's what I did. I'm a terrifying, ugly little looking hobbit, and I just grew a personality. That's how you fix that right there. That's how you fix it. Hey, we found the treasure chest already. We got it. We got it. Let's go grab this thing before nighttime comes in. So we got a dagger with 9 piercing used for quick, deadly blows. Oh, you can backstab people with it? Ooh. I do declare. Okay, so since it's a little dark, I'm going to take the high ground. And actually, I think that's a really, really good plan, so that if any moonstone nodes show up, we can eyeball them. The pirate over there, I'm going to try and handle him real fast. Because reasons and violence. I think there's a couple of them, actually. Oh, that wasn't good. There we go. That was, though. He's now defeated. And get my arrow back here. If I... Oh, we got a pirate. Oh, it's a cartographer. Okay. Not that concerned. I thought it was one of the boss ones, but I think the boss ones have black shirts or something. The cartographer, though, should drop... Ah, he dropped a compass so that we don't even need to build one. Good on you, Sir Pirate. Good on you. I think what I'll do at this point is I will break off the episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the Nerd Castle. I will hang out for a minute. I'm going to eyeball for moonstone from this high ground, and if I find it, we'll go ahead and mine it in the next episode. But for right now, we'll go boss hunting in the next episode, see who we can find. I'm pretty stoked about this. Go ahead, and I will let you guys vote on what you want the ship to be named. Go ahead and do that. I won't even blame you. Vote on what you want the ship to be called. Bye, everybody.